FX's newish comedy drama kitchen show The Bear has been making a lot of positive rounds recently, has got a lot of positive praise, reception, whatever, since the show premiered last year. And anybody who owns a Hulu subscription account, student, normal, premium, whatever, anybody who gives a single damn about quality television has honestly probably heard of the show, and I don't blame you guys. The show is a collaboration of so many hardworking, talented people, from the actors to the writers to the editors, set designers, the janitors on set. It doesn't matter what role was played during the production of the show. Any talent, any work put into the show breathes onto the page, onto the camera, that then goes onto our screens. The Bear is focused on being a lot of things, but season 2 specifically is the season where I think they delve into the most themes about self-destruction and what it really means to find purpose. This is the defining character trait of Carmy, the main character. This is his main character arc, and really everyone else this season, kind of. But before we get into that, we never really covered season 1 on the channel, so let's do a little speed review. Season 1 of The Bear is more focused on being a realistic depiction of the work environment of a kitchen than it really is on developing its characters, which isn't a criticism at all. And that's because the characters are already compelling. They're already interesting enough that the show didn't need to change them or develop them, whatever. They simply needed to break them down for us, tell us, the audience, why they are the way that they are. And this was done spectacularly with the big Carmy monologue scene in season 1. We learn why he is the way that he is. We learn what impact Mikey might have had on his life, or what everything else in his life might have brought him to the moment that he is now. Why he's self-destructive, why he's angry all the time, why he's so stressed out, so out of focus. We learn about his own insecurities. We find out that he thinks he isn't funny, that he isn't very attractive. We stem all of his insecurities, and we see mostly in that monologue why Carmy is the way that he is. And it's not just him. All of the supporting characters get a moment or two that really tells the viewer why they came out the way that they did, with spectacular performances in a sea of talent that the show possesses. And I actually do cover Jeremy Allen White specifically in his own video. You can check that out if you want. But this is such a talented cast. Every actor here is just phenomenal. Anyway, season 1 is a spectacular character study of these crazy restaurant workers that use the kitchen they reside in very effectively to display how hardworking a place like this can actually be. And while I do love the kitchen itself, the best thing about season 2 easily was taking these characters out of it. For the entire second season, the kitchen took a back step, mostly because we didn't really have a kitchen to work in, but besides that, without an actual place to work, we have to really dwell deep into these characters and watch them change. And we got that. We got major character arcs for Cousin, Sid, and even minor character developments with Tina and Edwin, and everything was just so interesting. They thought even if they shared very little screen time, every single character got at least a moment or two to really shine this season. The entire flashback episode is not only amazingly written, not only is it both a heartwarming and a heartbreaking depiction of a family dynamic put onto a screen with a room full of talented actors, but it's also an opening to see the impact that a family like this can have on someone. The insecurities that can spawn, or the bitterness and resentment it can withhold upon you for literal years. It's an amazing episode that tells us even more about Carmy, Cousin, and a lot of other characters that we haven't even met yet. But while so many characters develop this season, my favorite character arc easily is Carmy's, because unlike the others, he doesn't just develop. He doesn't just climb tall to find something more worth living, something fun, something special, someone that most people spend their entire lives trying to get a real connection with someone. And once he has that, he has the craziest fall off of all time. A bag this big couldn't have been fumbled by, Ezra Miller. Like, ever since Ezra Miller, a bag has not been more fumbled. At a point where he was so high, he had everything he could ever ask for. One simple look from his past, a traumatic moment that reminds him of how worthless he believes himself to be, is just enough to regress everything his character spent working for in the past 2 seasons. And again, this is not a criticism. It's real. it's human. We were given the context from the first season when we saw this dude tell Carmy that he deserves to die, or maybe that's what Carmy thought he was saying. Maybe it was something, maybe it was a reflection of how he sees himself. Either way, that's some real stuff right there. That's some real human raw emotion. All it takes is for one person or memory to give you all the insecurities that you had in your life to come pouring down like rain and mess up your life, your game, your consistency, your family.
Yo, cousin, I don't understand why you can't just let something good happen for once in your fucking life. What the fuck is the matter with you?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Yeah.
I should have cut you the fuck out.
I fucking love you.
I should have cut you the fuck out. You fucking need me.
I fucking love you.
You fucking need me.
You need me.
Fuck
you. Fucking need me, you motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Shit. Fuck you. Piece of fucking shit. Fuck you. Hope you fucking freeze to death.
And after everything, the one person who could really give Carmy that light, that joy, those fun memories, that sense of purpose that Carmy and Cousin were talking about at the start of the second season, sees him for the broken, self-destructive, and toxic person that he really is. In a giant moment of self-sabotage, we see what Carmy is really like when his shell is broken and when he's at his most vulnerable, and we see that he fucks it up. He fucks it up big time. Back to having nobody in his life, zero fun, zero purpose. The Bear is such an amazing show because of its sincerity, its realness, its love for telling stories about sincere and vulnerable people. And it doesn't just stop at Carmy. Cousin has an amazing arc this season, transforming into, honestly, what was one of the more annoying characters to me probably in the first season to my second or third now in the entire show. It's so much fun seeing him be happy, sophisticated, actually working hard into something that he genuinely believes in for an entire episode. Him working at that fancy restaurant really opened up a side of him that was really enjoyable, and I'm glad we got to see that side. We see what drives him into all this, his daughter, his golden relationship, and of course, Taylor Swift. Jokes aside, even the flashback episode, we see the side of Cousin that wants to do better, who wants to be there to provide for his family, and I now genuinely think that he's reached to a point in his life where he can really do that. The Bear is a fun cooking comedy that was focused on being a good representation of what a kitchen job really looks like, but it could also be a really good drama with characters who are broken, who use the kitchen not as another job, as another home. And when it comes to our main character specifically, this is a story about self-destructiveness and toxicity that asks a very important question. Do we deserve love? Do we deserve to have fun? Do we have a purpose? And with that, I leave you guys here to just dwell on those questions, and also to say I highly recommend The Bear, and to also say thank you for watching. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to stick around, comment your thoughts on anything I bring up in this video, and have a good day. I really appreciate the support.